Since 2002, we have created excellence together.
Passion is real.
Connection
is real.
The ROH experience
Is real.
Welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling.
Honor is
Real.
We are back on Ring of Honor Wrestling. It's time for our main event, the rubber match between the Canadian legend Lance Storm and this man, the prodigy Mike Bennett.
They've split the first two battles, Bennett winning in Florida, Storm in his home country of Canada. Now tonight on free broadcast TV, these two will settle it once and for all. If either Brutal Bob or Maria play a role in the outcome, it would be a shame for Storm's career to possibly end in such a fashion.
Yeah, a lot of speculation about this indeed being Lance Storm's last match. And of course, Bennett faces, Bennett's got quite a challenge, Eddie Edwards and Sarah Del Rey, Maria, Bennett, mixed tag, Providence.
Oh, look at that.
You know, Maria has been haunted with the images of Sarah Del Rey. But here he is, perhaps for his last ride.
There he is, one of the most decorated and respected wrestlers of our generation. Lance Storm came back to Ring of Honor because he saw great talent in Bennett, but also great disrespect. And after a loss in Florida, but a win in Toronto, Storm looks to prove his point here on TV.
Let's go to Bobby Cruz.
This is your television main event. It is set for one fall, and it is the rubber match. Introducing first to my left, be accompanied by his trainer, Brutal Bob Evans, and the First Lady of ROH, Maria Kanellis. Wrestling out of South Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 222 pounds, the prodigy, Mike Bennett.
Chewing his gum, cocky, arrogant sneer in his face.
His opponent to my right, wrestling out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 230 pounds, Lance Storm.
7 years since his last match on television, Lance Storm's return here to the Duburn's Arena, the rubber match between he and Mike Bennett. Let's go to the tail of the tape, where you can see they are evenly matched physically, but Storm at the age of 43, that number looms large, but so does his experience edge. The question is, will Storm have the legs to pull through in crunch time? We know that Storm adheres to the Code of Honor, and Bennett has made it a habit of adhering to the code in quite a condescending fashion. But after what these two men have been through, Nigel, I don't know if it's going to be about shaking hands. It's going to be about proving a point.
Yeah, that's a good call, but still I'd like to see a Code of Honor. Unfortunately not. Maybe after the match.
And of course, at their first match up in Florida, Bennett got the victory, offered Storm his hand at the end of it, but then flattened the legend. Storm didn't take too kindly to that. Now they go face to face, and then of course, Storm wanted the rematch at Border Wars in Toronto, and it was a very controversial outcome. Storm wound up victorious. A steel chair was involved. There was even a Canadian referee, Jimmy Corderas. And Bennett, of course, boy, he had an instant axe to grind. Home cooking, home country, crooked ref, steel chair, and he wanted the rubber match. So that's what we have here in our main event.
Get them all! Get the hell out of here! Come on, Kurt, you already lost this one.
I wonder how important experience is going to be in this one. You know, they both fought each other on one occasion or two occasions altogether. And that gives you the opportunity to sort of feel your opponent, to know exactly what he's going to do before he does sometimes.
Now the idea of, I think the first match at Showdown in the Sun between Storm and Bennett, we questioned openly about, the mind was willing, but would the legs be weak? with Storm at 43, and as the match wore on, yes indeed, you could tell that age started to take its toll, but I didn't get that feeling at Border Wars. I have a feeling Lance Storm may not have been letting us in. I think maybe he really upped the conditioning. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely could have done that. You know, I'm sure he would have watched the tape back of the first encounter, tried to see the errors he made, tried to plan a better strategy, and I think that's going to be a big part in this match, is strategy. And in my mind, that favors Lance Storm.
And of course, Mike Bennett, who has his head, you know, in the clouds a lot of times, we say, but he's a tremendously talented wrestler. He's got aspirations for Hollywood. He's made no secret about that. But I think he wants to be Ring of Honor World Champion. I'm surprised that Jim Cornette hasn't asked him. Wait a minute, going for it right here.
Grabbing hold of that leg and trying to turn him over, but Bennett just too much power, too much energy. No way he's going to let him turn that over to a single leg Boston Crab.
So Bennett, well aware of the power and the prowess of the single-leg Boston Crab. Calgary native, legend, beautiful Maria looking on. I wonder what she's going to feel like after Providence, after that mixed tag. Diehard Eddie Edwards and Sarah Del Rey against the Prodigy and Maria. Oh!
She's going to be losing sleep over that one, right? Man. I've seen Sarah Del Rey beat up men twice the size of Maria.
Full slam, center of the ring.
Lance Storm's really interesting case study in professional wrestling and sports in general. He's still in fantastic shape.
Cover.
He still certainly believes he can compete with the best here in Ring of Honor. But eventually, Father Time will catch up with you.
Speaking of Father Time, Brutal Bob Evans outside the ring. Lateral press, what a great drop kick from Storm, and a near fall scored.
Yeah.
Storm spends a lot of time, of course, very accomplished writer, training students.
You know, Bob Evans, he's so old, his social security number is 1.
Poor Bob. Irish whip into the corner.
And that turned the tides of things here. But are we going to see Father Time have an effect there? Look at this. Setting him up a la Bret Hart there. Just wearing him down and try and get that submission. Just keeping on going.
Elbow drop right to the center of the chest.
Now to draw parallels from other sports, 1 second. 2. Randy Couture. Father Time caught up with him. Muhammad Ali, same thing. What effect are we going to have that take here with Lance Storm? I'd hate to see him turn out the same way as Muhammad Ali.
And of course, we've seen a lot of great athletes over time have found their golden years to be quite productive, but they adapt, they find other ways to contribute.
Look at me.
Well, of course.
I just realized, you know, I mean, I do not want to be in there against a guy like Bennett. He's arrogant and is full of bravado, but is still very dangerous and very capable to injure you.
And certainly Nigel, while of course, you know, the drop kick missed there. Storm, follow up, roll up, shoulders are down. I think the situation with Storm, with you, it was always competition at such a high level. And there was no, you know, in Nigel McGuinness matches, there was no second best. There was no give it a try. It was win at all cost.
Absolutely, and the thing for me in Ring of Honor, it was always about the best in professional wrestling, and I felt like if I couldn't compete at that level, let the guys that can carry on.
Oh, wait a minute now. Dangerous territory here. Was Lance Storm going to suplex the Prodigy out to the floor?
Looked like it.
Well, now they stand toe-to-toe. Right to the eyes. Desperation time for Bennett. Oh, no! The Prodigy Mike Bennett just threw Lance Storm into the barricade and nearly decapitates him with a clothesline. Lance Storm, Mike Bennett continue. What could be the final chapter in this epic trilogy? Storm down, is it over? No! But throughout the commercial break, Nigel, Bennett continued to pour the pressure on the back that was severely damaged, desperately threw Lance Storm back first into the barricade, then clotheslined him off the apron.
And if we can take a look there, if you just keep watching your monitor, you'll catch a shot of the side, right on the ribs there.
2!
Of Lance Storm, where he was thrown into the guardrail. There's a red mark there all the time through the intermission. Bennett keeping the pressure on those ribs, those intercostal muscles, making it ever so difficult to breathe.
And that red-headed vixen, Maria, loving what she's seeing. Can Bennett put Lance Storm away?
There it is. It's actually almost starting to bleed. You see underneath that left lap.
Shoulder first to the iron. Goes the legend Lance Storm. You could clearly see it there on his side. A huge welt. But the damage inside could be more telling. Great shot there. All from that barricade.
Oh! Picking him apart like he's a rotisserie chicken. Oh! There goes the wing.
Storm is down. Bennett closing in, measuring, cover, 2, didn't hook the leg, Nigel.
No. Textbook error there, but sometimes in the heat of battle.
Fans throughout New England, upstate New York, Boiling Point this Saturday. Providence, Rhode Island, world title on the line. Kevin Steen against Eddie Kingston. And a whole lot more. ROHWrestling.com for tickets and information as Lance Storm is back on his feet. This legend won't die. He continues to fight on against the prodigy Mike Bennett. Bennett center cross. Shoulder breaker there.
Right on that arm, and we didn't mention it earlier, but I think we should. That left arm.
Wait a minute, 2.
That left arm of Storm, he's wearing a bandage over that. I don't know whether that was an issue. You know, we talked in the past about Eddie Edwards injuring his arm in training. Perhaps there was an injury. Oh! Coming into this.
Certainly now is the focus for Mike Bennett. And that man right there, Brutal Bob, certainly has taught his protege, the prodigy, quite well. Sadistically picking apart a body part, staying on it, staying focused until you can own it. So Storm maybe now just with one good arm, trying to fight back. Big looping right hand there from Bennett, and one in response from Storm.
Bennett has to feel like he's got the advantage here in terms of strength and wind. Whoa!
Wait a minute, counter! Almost had him with the cradle.
I was going to say Storm's got the advantage with technique, and we just saw that right there with the small package.
Cover, 2.
Again, did not hook that leg. It's an error in my book, Kevin.
Continuing to work on the left arm. Next week, great action. Jay Lethal, the All Night Express, will face Kevin Steen, Jimmy Jacobs, and Steve Corino in 6-man tag team action. That's next week, right here on Ring of Honor Wrestling. But what can Mike Bennett do to put Lance Storm away? Hadn't been able to put him down and out for good yet.
In my mind, you've got to keep aggressive. You've got to, don't let him breathe.
The Enziguri stepped up and nailed it. And now both men are down.
Certainly getting a chance to breathe. Look at this, though. Smart grabbing a hold of him straight away.
To the cover, 2 only. Well, you pointed that out perfectly, Nigel. Sensed that Bennett was right behind him. Grabbed the leg instinctively. Got Bennett over on his back. Got a near fall. Wait a minute, dangerous. To the iron. To the turnbuckle on the outside of the ring.
Oh, and again into those ribs. Now the right side. You got to think, if both sides of your ribs are injured, you can't breathe. And if you can't breathe, you can't wrestle.
And especially, as we talked about, Lance Storm at 43 years of age, needs every ounce of oxygen he possibly can. How much more will he be able to endure? Storm counters the suplex attempt.
Oh, listen to the sound of that. Clothesline him over the top. And there's more to this than just about who wins and loses. This is about a man who has given his life for his dream of being a professional wrestler.
Storm went for broke, crashed and burned. 2 only.
And you want to see him go out with pride, win, lose, or draw. You want to see him go out with his head held high, not taken out on a stretcher.
Well, with Bennett putting the bad mouth on him, now Lance Storm starts to fight back. And these two men, they slug it out. They're exhausted, barely can get back to their feet, but they stand toe-to-toe in the center of the ring in the Duburn's Arena.
Leg lariat, and wait a second.
Is it enough? Could it be? No.
Just 2. But what a miracle of athleticism we're seeing here from Lance Storm, 43 years old. And hanging with this young buck in the ring now.
Look at the spring in his legs as he flies and scores the clothesline. Bennett's shoulders are down, the leg is hooked. Oh, it was just that close.
I can do a springboard clothesline at 23, let alone 43.
Maria's expression has changed from one of confidence to one of concern. Another overhand right from Bennett. Look at this.
Wait a
second. 2. Oh!
Tried to spin underneath, but wait a second.
And now, using Storm's own hold, the arrogance, the indignation.
Irony, without a doubt, but wait a second, he's turning underneath. If anybody knows a way out of that hold, it's Lance Storm.
Sit out. 2. No! Bennett desperately ripping his shoulder from contact with the canvas.
And now, Kevin, this is the time where age really starts to play a factor. Where Storm has to dig down deep and realize how much more has he got left in the tank. I don't know.
Here he is now up on the shoulders. Trying to put him away, couldn't do it. Going for the photo finish is Bennett.
There he is!
And the single leg, busted crab.
He's doing his best to hold that hold. He just can't put his hands together, but he's too close. He's too close, he's gonna get to the ropes.
Whether the legs are exhausted or the arm screaming in pain. Storm couldn't get all of that single leg Boston Crab, but now putting Bennett on the top rope. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Absolutely, Bennett jumping up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a second, what's that?
Look at that skunk Brutal Bob.
Ugh.
Preventing. Oh! Gets caught, neck breaker all the way down. No, I was just about to say that'll do it.
And that would have been a very unfortunate, ignominious end to this match, which is rapidly becoming a classic. Wait a second.
Hold it now. Maria is up on the apron, on the shoulders. What has Brutal Bob done? There is a steel chair in the ring. The photo finish on the steel chair.
On his ribs, that's gotta be it.
Turner never saw it. That son of...
The winner of the match, the Prodigy, Mike Bennett.
I hate to see that, Kevin. Is that it? Is that the last match we'll ever see of Lance Storm on television?
Well, he's been flat, crushed. Wait a minute now, they don't have to bully the man, Nigel. They've already beaten him, and now they're dragging him up. Oh, look at Maria. She's got that boot in her hand again.
Show some respect. She was even trained by the man.
She is the devil. Wait a minute. Look out. From behind. Sarah Del Rey.
Oh.
One kick. Maria's down. She's got it hooked in.
Screaming in pain.
Tapping. Oh, watch out, Eddie Edwards. Heating up on the road to boiling point. Title saga, the trilogy between Bennett and Storm complete.
Catch Ring of Honor Wrestling's Best in the World, now available on ROHHonorClub.com. Championships were defended, and new legacies were defined. World-class competitors Bandito, the Briscoe Brothers, The Foundation, La Facción Ingobernable, Violence Unlimited, and many more showed why they are the absolute best. Find out why Honor has always been real, and relive ROH Best in the World now on Honor Club.